Hi guys, thanks for joining us today for another video by ONGC Systems. Look, today we're going to run through a quick overview of essentially what is Office 365. It's a very common question that we do here on a daily basis, and hopefully we can shed a bit of light because essentially Office 365 is a big beast, and there's a lot of confusion going around about exactly what it is, whether it's just email, is it just Microsoft Office. So look, this quick video should hopefully point you in the right direction. So again, going through the process, what is Office 365? The most common thing that we hear is people thinking, okay, it's just an email platform or it is just Microsoft Office. And absolutely, it does contain those components, but that's definitely not the only part of it. To try and sum it up in a single sentence is pretty well an impossible task, but we'll definitely give it a go. So the best way to explain it, in my opinion, is essentially describing it as a productivity solution that provides ubiquitous access to your data on demand and enables you to work collectively from anywhere at any time. So essentially detailing that a bit more is around being able to work with your team or individually and being very agile in the way that you work these days. So I guess people conventionally would be tied to a desk somewhat. So especially where you have salespeople or you have people on the road, you want them to be agile and be able to access their technology as they need it from anywhere, anytime, on any device. And that's essentially the void that Office 365 fulfills. So what does that actually mean? What does it give you? What does it entail? Well, as you'd expect, Microsoft Office is definitely a component of that, but it's much more than Microsoft Office. So obviously you're getting access to things like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, and things like that. But the thing that you need to obviously keep in mind is the things like web apps. Now, web apps are just generally cut down versions of your Excel, Word, PowerPoint, things like that, but they can run in an online browser, which means you don't need to install Microsoft Office on your machine. You can actually run it in a sandbox environment in the cloud, which is actually much more efficient in many circumstances and enables you to quickly and effectively access and modify your documents. Not to mention, from a licensing perspective, can be much cheaper running in those web app sort of versions. Obviously, Microsoft Office for your mobiles is also available, so accessing and installing Microsoft Office on your iOS and Android devices, obviously Windows devices as well, so you can open modified documents and do that on the fly. Another big thing which is a great little encouragement to take part of it is that you can install it onto 5 devices per user. So things like your desktops, your laptops, smartphones, home computers even we do offer for a lot of people. So definitely to keep that in mind, it is a great value proposition from that perspective. Moving on, we've obviously got business class email. So, this is the other key focus that people do tend to relate to Office 365 is business class email. Now, what does that mean essentially? Well, essentially means that you're getting a email service that is dependable, reliable, and has all of the features that you'd expect out of a business grade system. You may have heard of Microsoft Exchange in the years past, and that was conventionally what most businesses were running their email systems off. Essentially, this is a cloud-based version of Microsoft Exchange, but there's definitely some additional features there which we'll quickly run through. So it is obviously hosted in Microsoft's cloud. It gives you the abilities that you've always had: mailbox, contact, calendar, and task sharing. You've also got the ability to have a mailbox of up to 50 gigabytes in size. And look, I dare say that's more than likely going to go up again. But the big benefit here is unlimited archive storage. So conventionally, you'd probably remember having a PST file which is attached to your Outlook window, and over time it does continue to grow and it gets too big, and one day it gets corrupt and there's a lot of email loss there. So this essentially completely eradicates that by putting it into an online platform. You can access your emails from anywhere at any time, obviously on any device as well. So that's a big part to keep in mind. Some other features which you may not be aware of is things like retention policies, legal hold, and other compliance tools which have been implemented in the new system. So things like having the ability to prevent an employee from completely deleting emails. We can actually implement legal hold, which essentially prohibits everyone from deleting completely. So there's other compliance tools and reporting as well, which is quite high end, which would generally only be available to higher end, large scale businesses, but obviously big business technology now being available in the small, medium market. File sharing. Okay, so many people use Dropbox, Box.com, Google Drive, a few other little bits and pieces. And the concern that we have is obviously how secure is it? That's a big, big, big thing. But obviously things like document management, every business these days is trying to go paperless and taking advantage of technology from that aspect. So I think document management is a big, big thing that needs to be discussed here. Things like version control and easy search and again, compliance aspects which just aren't available in the likes of Dropbox and other competitors out there. But we can also implement things like workflows to automatically get information through the hands to the hands of the right people to get processes completed, which can eventually need to be done manually. But I must say the search functionality is absolutely amazing. It's very, very quick and intuitive as well. And obviously, as I mentioned before, it's very secure. Now, video conferencing. So a big part that is also included in this is the video conferencing abilities. So many of you have probably heard or used of Skype before, and a Skype essentially is a video conferencing platform, but think of that in the next level, using it in a business function. So having the ability to share content with employees or colleagues or people that actually are external to the business as well. You can co-collaborate, you can record meetings, it's literally limitless. I'm actually recording this presentation now using Skype for Business, just to give you an example of some of the uses. So, you've actually got the ability to connect with consumer Skype users as well. So people are just using the free version of Skype. You can communicate with them, which is fantastic as well. It's really bridging the gap in communication there. Again, it is available on all devices as well, so you can literally have it on your phone and access it on your phone and then sit down at your desk and do the same thing. So again, very quick run through on that one. So essentially, why Office 365? There's enough competitors out there where essentially you go, look at Google, you can look at Amazon, you can look at all the other services out there, but I guess it really comes down to having a out-of-the-box solution, which is going to really require the least amount of work to get it functional. So as I mentioned a few times before, we're looking at big business technology that would conventionally only be available to large business, but essentially now it's available for everybody at a very affordable cost as well. It's a great thing for startup businesses as well, who are trying to minimize spend or impact on cash flow is a massive thing, because normally you would need to invest into big servers and things like that, which for business startups is just not feasible. So having those platforms in place from day one is definitely the key here. So making sure that you've got basically a familiar platform as well. So as you start to bring users on and things like that, you want them to have a platform that's familiar to them. You don't want to have to retrain and really reinvent the wheel just to accommodate for a new system. So that's one of the great benefits we have here, is it is very familiar and easy to adapt to. Now, the scalability is a big function as well. So, it is one of those services that you only pay for what you use for. So say for instance, day one we have 5 staff, and then next month we have 6 staff. We can upscale that license as required. And even on the flip side of that, if we do need to downscale and remove user licenses from a downsizing or what have you, we can do that as well. So you have either month by month options or annual options as well. So what next? And this is the big point. What's the call to action here? Well, you're obviously watching this video because you're interested in Office 365 and want to know what it's all about. So my answer to you is get your hands dirty. It's actually a free Office 365 trial that you can get into, and we'll be adding the link to this video so you can give it a go yourself. It doesn't matter, break it, do whatever you need to do, try the video conferencing, try the email services. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. And then the flip side is, once you've had a bit of a play with it and you've got an idea of what you want, if you don't want to give it a try and just want to have a chat to someone, get in contact with your Microsoft partner. I'd highly recommend looking for a cloud certified Microsoft partner. These are people that have obviously got extensive knowledge and experience with the Microsoft Cloud Network, or Cloud Platform, I should say. So definitely a point of contact would be ONGC. We've been through it. We've done all of the testing. We've had the ups and downs. So I'd very much encourage you to get in touch, or shoot us an email or anything, just to, if you have any questions and whatnot. Big thing as well is if you guys have any requests as far as video content's concerned, please let us know, because we're more than happy to keep developing these videos and get all this information out there. You know, a big part of our business is trying to share this with everybody to get the knowledge a bit more extensive, I guess. But if you have any questions, feel free to contact us. You can email us at sales@ongc.com.au. Also got our contact number there as well. Always happy to help if you have any questions whatsoever. As always, guys, feel free to subscribe to our channel and like us on Facebook. Absolutely, all of our information is there. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.